Good morning. Ooh, we got stuff in the way. I'm about to hit some sick vocals, and then I realized our stroller was in the way. Anyways, good morning. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the MeatHaus. It's a joke. Casey Neistat. 2018, just a chokehold on vlogging. What a guy. But it is Monday morning. It's about 6:30 a.m. A little slower start today than I was anticipating, but that's okay. What's that lyric? Better late than never, but never late is better. That's a bar. It's pretty good. Let's pull up our sheet. Know we've got upper day, but let's look and see specifically what we've got on deck. Okay. Good old upper day. And I am just going to copy this stuff over so I know what we've got on deck. All right. And we want to go over here real quick to our stream manager. Perfect. And then pop this open. And then we can go on and get started with our, quick little warm up, get these shoulders going, and we'll be good to go, ready to rip. So we're actually going to start off on some lat pull downs to get this party started, and then we'll just keep on keeping on. All right. We moved our son upstairs into his room, and nothing like just the monitor going ham all evening. And shout out to my wife last night for holding it down and taking care of the little guy when he would wake up. But alrighty. Okay, so we're back out in the MeatHaus. Had a nice Saturday and Sunday off to rest. Upper day, we're gonna start lat pull downs, 3 sets, 10 to 12. Let's get this set up over here. And then we can start getting our warm-up sets going. So we'll drop this down to about 100. And we'll start getting this party started and seeing how this all goes. So we'll move this guy over. So, boom, perfect. As always, rocking the Titan lat tower. I was actually looking at some equipment over the weekend, and I was like, man, do I sell this? And and use that money towards converting the rack into a full functional trainer? I don't know. Oh, all right. Get these lats, get these shoulders warmed up, all that fun stuff before we get up to our working weight, which, last week my forearm was feeling a little wonky. I don't know. But as a result, I think we will, for one more week, I don't want to say take it easy, but we'll just be a little more, how do I want to say this? Not technique focused, but kind of technique focused. So I've kind of noticed over the last couple weeks of training that I'm pretty numbers obsessed, which has pros and cons, some drawbacks, some benefits, where yes, seeing number go up over time, right, stonks up and to the right, is a good thing, right? But I'm not training for strength specifically. Like, strength would be a byproduct of the hypertrophy and the work that we put in that compounds over time, and snowball rolling downhill keeps getting bigger and bigger. And so with kind of a hyper fixation on, make number go up, add reps, add weight if you're not adding reps, and if you're not adding weight, then, that wasn't a good training session, which isn't, necessarily the case, especially if technique suffers and we are not providing the necessary stimulus to the muscles that we're trying to target. So kind of a mindset shift I'm taking where, yes, of course, make number go up is good, but also let's not hyperfixate, but provide a greater emphasis on applying stimulus where we want stimulus to be applied, is the TLDR on this. So okay. Ooh. There we go. So using myself as, the real world example of, applying this stimulus on these pull downs, the target area, right, that we're looking to grow and where we would like to maximize our hypertrophy is our lats, right? And so knowing that training our lats and getting big broad lats is the goal, if we're, letting my forearms and my biceps take over, and if I'm feeling that, especially towards the last couple reps of a set, and by the third set, my grip and my forearms are what are giving out as opposed to my lats, there's probably a disconnect in technique, the load that I'm using. Let's take a step back, maybe reflect, evaluate what we're working on, or how we're training rather, and then provide a path forward. And so for today, we're gonna do 10 pounds less than we did last week. Again, just with a greater emphasis on our lats and providing stimulus where we ultimately want stimulus to be applied. Oh, Sia, what up? Oh, he's doing the wave, whoa. What's up, man? Happy Monday. How are you? What's good? I'm damn shag Sia. I don't know what that means, man. I don't know what you mean. On your third day and you're beat up. I'm on your, like third day in a row of work? Damn, dude. Hopefully this is the last day in a row and then you can get a little reprieve. Get a nice little break going for a couple days. All right. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, you're going home to... Sorry, that's English. Singlish? No worries, man. I'm very tired. That's what that means. Gotcha. Well, dude, 3 days in a row. I don't blame you, man. I hope you're able to get home, chill out, enjoy a nice evening. I know your work is pretty demanding physically and mentally, so dude, if anybody earned a nice evening, it's definitely you, man. So hopefully not working too much longer and can chill out, and hopefully your calls weren't too crazy the last few days either. You told your mates you're gonna go shower, dinner, and rot in bed. Dude, I mean, honestly, don't hate it. Sometimes that's what you need. It's just a little rot time. Nothing wrong with that. Watch a little TV, play some games. Don't hate it. You'll move just enough so your family doesn't think you're dead. Yeah. Oh. Man. All right, so we've got 2 more sets of these, and then actually I'm gonna start setting up these dumbbells just to help us save some time. 20. Move that. 20, 30, 40, and 50. This is a little sneak peek into the next exercise we will be doing. Spoiler alert, it has to do with dumbbells. 20, 30, 40, 50. There we go. Can we all just learn to love and coexist? Okay. And camera should be good. Okay. So second set, again, the stimulus we want is all in our lats. That's what we're trying to grow. Hands acting as hooks. I'm envisioning pulling more so with my elbows, kind of into the pocket and building these big old lats. All right. One more, come on. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How have I been? How was the weekend? Dude, weekend was really good. Weekend was good. It was busy. We did pretty typical, fall family type stuff. We took the kids on Saturday to a pumpkin patch, which was nice. It's kind of cooling off here a little bit, which is good. So, got out, hit the old pumpkin patch, took some nice photos. Kids got to see, farm animals like cows and chickens and goats and all that kind of stuff, which was cool. And was a fun time. And then yeah. So pumpkin patch was probably like the main thing that we did. We watched the Jets lose again, so we're 0-6. How about that? We are killing it. And then yesterday, what did we do? We did something yesterday. I can't remember. Oh, we went to Lowe's, which is like a hardware store, and picked up some stuff for the house. Played outside with the kids. And then we moved our son upstairs. Moved our son upstairs so he's no longer sleeping in the bassinet in our bedroom. He's sleeping in his room, in his crib. And that's been pretty good. A little hit and miss because every time he wakes up now you have to run upstairs. But yeah. We did not buy any pumpkins. Feed me with daily meat. Pan, what's good, man? How are you? Happy Monday. Hope you had a nice weekend. We're trying to grow some lats here so we can fly away. Oh. All right. Come on. Oh, okay. Whew. Oh, man. Dude, this thing's kind of making some creaking noises, so I might have to tighten some of these. Oh, tighten some of these bolts. Oh. Dude, Pan, hope your sister has a nice birthday. Are you guys doing anything? Going out to dinner or throwing a party? Lunch, anything like that? Okay. Yes, yeah, the weekend wasn't bad, man. It wasn't bad. I really thought I was gonna wake up early on Saturday or Sunday, but because my wife holds it down with the kids during the week while I'm working and stuff, our new thing is, you know, Saturday and Sunday she gets to sleep in, which means I'm up early with the kiddos, so did not have tons of time to mess with the stream. But I do have a whole bunch of assets downloaded that I'm going to upload, I think, today. So things will be good. Oh, you don't know what you're gonna do for your sister's B-Day? Is she, you know, similar age, older, younger? I'm an older sibling, actually. So I have a sister that's a few years older than I am. 20, 30, 40, okay, 50 pounds. Just setting up our adjustable dumbbells so there's not wasting too much time, because we were a handful of minutes late to doing this. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, how the YouTube and TikTok are coming along. So I've got footage, which is good. Now I just need to edit it. One thing with okay, so like, how do I want to explain this? So there's like chat on the screen now, right? Which is cool. But there's a like plugin that I need to get for OBS that will make it so I can record just the mic and the camera at the same time we're streaming. So no overlays or like extra sources or anything. It'll just be camera and mic. So that way I can keep overlays and stuff for the stream. So it's just like a different kind of workflow. And now that we've got the audio sorted and everything good, so today for I should have a bit of time, like during my work day, like over my lunch and stuff, to get that set up and do some tests. So we should be good on that front. And then we will be back to kind of our like regularly scheduled, 1 to 2 edited videos a week, which will be sweet. So I'm excited to get that going again. But the good thing is the streams to YouTube are keeping that channel alive. We've actually grown a pretty good bit. I think we're at like 95 subscribers over there. So it hasn't been all for nothing, I'd say. And some of the VODs get close to like 100 views. So it's still going, which is good. But for our next exercise, we're gonna do some incline dumbbell, 3 sets. Oh, I have headphones in my pocket that I should take out. We've got 3 sets, 10 to 12. Gonna warm up with the 50s, and then we'll go from there. Hell yeah, hi YouTube. Exactly. It's crazy that stuff is still growing over there. Apparently, like YouTube Shorts don't really, like, there's conflicting information on whether or not it helps your channel. So we'll see if we keep investing time there. And then, yeah, we got to get the TikTok and Instagram stuff. Oy, back up and going. Okay. There we go. One warm up. Oh man. Oh. I forgot to warn you, there's a guy going around the fitness category with 2 accounts. Oh, that's weird. So simply too deep? Interesting. Well, whoops. Yeah, dude, that's weird. You know, there's been a few people that have come in, like, dude, there was a guy that kept being like, hey man, can you take off your shoes? And I'm like, dude, stop trying to look at my feet. Like, what are... See, I don't remember if you were here for that, but I was like, what are you, guy, what are we doing? That's wild. Well, if these people show up, I mean, yeah, dude, that's weird. Let's see. Oh. Well, let's hope they don't swing by us. I mean, I guess there's, other than banning people, there's just some odd people on the internet, you know? You never know who's gonna show up. All right, so we did our warm-up set. Everything moved pretty good. We're moving on to our working sets. Oh. I'm gonna see what I can do on my comm. Yeah, perfect. Ugh, interesting. Well, yeah. Thanks for letting us know. We will be on the lookout for any weirdness. The other ones that are interesting are the people that like are very clearly trying to sell like art and stuff, you know, like, hey, what's your goal with your stream? Are you trying to get to partner? What's it gonna take to get you to partner? I have services that can help. And I'm like, lady, I don't think our, you know, rather small gym lifting in the garage operation needs a manager at this point. I think we're good. Already banned that guy in the channels. I am mod. Yeah, that's good. Being proactive with that stuff. Dude, thank you for letting us know. I like our, you know, our little health and fitness category that we've got going. All right. So 3 sets, 10 to 12, with our 60s. Similar to last week, right? We're chasing stimulus, obviously hypertrophy, growth, all of those things. Doing my best not to, get some crazy arch going, right? We want to continue to maintain a bias on our upper chest. So, yeah, technique, all of those things. Very important. Oh, got a lot of leg flashing, so here we go. Okay. Whew, there's one. Okay. Services, yes. Yeah, I don't know if you were, like this happened on Friday. I'm assuming they're a woman because their name was like Mary something. Followed and was like, hey, love the vibe of your stream. What's your schedule? Oh, great. Are you trying to be a partner? Oh, cool. Yeah, it was just. Oh, thank you, Sia. Yeah, there's just people trying to sell like, oh, I promote streamers to help them try and become partner and blah, 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 blah. It's like, lady. Our niche little garage gym stream, is what it is. Always gotta protect the meat. Appreciate you, Pan. Dude, how was your Monday? How are things going? Oh, and we gotta update our spreadsheet. Make sure that's all dialed. Boom, boom. That's right, here we did. And then, whoops. Boom. Okay. Yeah, no worries, man. See it, dude. Do what you gotta do. Don't even worry. Dude, Pan, exactly. Auto mod held you're okay. Yeah, dude. I'm just like, lady, just give me your sales pitch and then move on. Because the answer is no. All right. Second set. Again, goal is 12. Chasing stimulus. Solid technique. Oh, and here we go. Boy. Whew. All right. We got one more after this. So, I've been doing, I wrote down 3 sets, 8 to 10, and I've been doing 12. So, guess that means we should probably go up for next week. And that will be our angle for our 3rd set. It's kind of funny, I was over here like, man, we're flying. And then, no, I do 12s, I don't know, fairly routinely. I think for training, I'm mostly in like on the lowest end, maybe like 6 or 8 reps a set. On the high end, very rarely we'll hit like 15. So I'd say like 8 to 15 is like the rep range that I work in. I think anything like 1 to 4 or 5 is more like strength based, which, you know, my goal is more like hypertrophy and like bodybuilding style, not necessarily like powerlifting and like chasing a big total on the big 3 or anything like that. So I think in terms of just like stimulus and stuff and maximizing hypertrophy, I tend to do slightly higher rep ranges. But I just misread the programming that I had, where for this exercise, and usually like most of the main compounds on the first 2 days, so like the upper day and the lower day, I'm normally in like the 8 to 10 rep range. And then on like the dedicated push, pull, and legs day, I'm more like 10 to 12, so slightly higher rep ranges. I just misread. I was looking at the wrong day. And so I was like, oh, 10 to 12, 10 to 12. And really, this should be 8 to 10 is what I have written down. But I mean, if I can push, I will. And I just put a note in to go up 5 pounds for next week. So yeah, there you go. All right. Man, I really do have some pasty white thighs, huh? Like decently tan down there, but there's some white ass legs. All right. Last set. All right, come on. What do the kids say? Gotta lock in. That's the new thing. Oh, okay. Man. Whew. We've got 7:15. Okay. We got some time. Whew. I gotta go. I'm a lurk. Enjoy your day. Have a blessed week and take care of you and your family. Kill the workout. I think Sia already banned him, so I think we're good. But Pan, dude, always a pleasure seeing you in chat, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good Monday. Have a good week. Hope your sister has a nice birthday. And dude, I'll see you next time. For sure. And as always, I'll be looking out for your streams as well. So have a good day, dude. Appreciate you. Okay. That's right. All right, so we've done 2 exercises thus far. We've done our, well, we can kind of do it. Oh, camera's this way. Ugh. What's up? So we did our vertical pull, right, to build our lats on the lat pull down. We did our incline press to bias our upper chest. We're now going to do a horizontal row to work traps, lats, kind of mid-back overall thickness, and that'll be our 3rd exercise. So 3 sets, 8 to 10. I'm gonna use the straight pull down bar at more of a, just about shoulder width grip, and probably throw in some straps. We'll start getting after it. So let's get that set up. As you hear my knees and ankles start cracking because I'm an old man. We'll grab this guy. Move. What do we say? 8 to 10? 8 to 10. All right. Get that guy. And then we can move. Lower this. This, and there we go. As always, love the sweat stain where my ass goes. That's fun. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer has the perfect spot on the couch. That's kind of how I feel. We'll set up like that. And then get this guy out of the way. Actually, we'll move this little command center over there. And then get our little blue strappy straps. We can start getting after it. Yeah, that should be fine. So, a little thing I like to think about for back training, and maybe this will be helpful from this angle, is with more flared elbows, you're gonna hit your traps more, right? With more tucked elbows, you will bias your lats more. So instead of being, for me anyways, instead of being super tucked, right, elbows like jammed into my sides, and instead of being, crazy high up here pulling to my throat, I'm more kind of in this hybrid kind of elbow position. So what if this is 90-degree angle, right, with your armpit? This is what, 45 degrees? So about a 45-degree angle, I would say. With back training, your hand positions, right, pronated, supinated, right, however you kind of set your hands, neutral grip, width, elbow position, all of those things change how your, like the different biases of the muscles that are going to be hit. So things to be aware of when it comes to your back training. Now, not to say, switch up your grip every single training session. If you're like trying to track progress and stuff over time and all of that, like maybe stick to one and find a grip that feels good right? Targeting the muscles you're attempting to target. And, you know, kind of run with that for a while and see how it goes. I know for me, I kind of like this 45 degrees. Oh, this might be too heavy. Let's see. This should be okay. Ooh. Okay. I've probably mentioned this a couple times. There's a woman on YouTube named Yoga with Adriene. She's a big channel. She's got, you know, several million subscribers, and one thing she talks about in her videos while trying to find like the correct position and posture and pose, and when you're doing, you know, the practice with her, is one thing she talks about is find what feels good. And I think there's a lot of value in that. You know, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, people on Twitch can be pretty dogmatic about things, right? People are saying like vaulted, you know, like hammer curls are vaulted. You should never do hammer curls. You know, reverse curls target your brachialis and your forearms better. You should only be doing reverse curls. And it's like, hey dude, reverse curls fry my wrists and feel miserable. So I'm gonna do hammer curls because they feel better, right? And so I think taking a less dogmatic approach to training and experimenting with the machines, free weights, cables, kind of whatever you have access to, and finding the movements that feel good for you and that you can commit to progressing and sticking to for like months at a time, and doing that. So find what feels good, free weights, right? Machines, cables, whatever. Stick with it for a prolonged period of time, track your progress, and you'll see gains, you know? So, there you go. Oh, what's up, Sia? Welcome back. Good words of wisdom, thank you. I mean, I'm stealing from that woman Adriene and her talking points, but I mean, I think it's valuable. You know, find what feels good. That's the TLDR. Also, everybody's body's different. You know, people have different leverages. There's short people with super long limbs. You know, there's tall people with short limbs. There's people in between. You know, it can be all over the place, so. There will always be, you know, meta-analyses and studies of, you know, different stimuli for different exercises and why this is marginally better than something else and blah, 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 blah. Ooh. Okay. Ugh. I do want to see, how's my left side looking on these? Okay. Camera does look maybe a little dark. That's okay though. What, 7:25? Okay. We're not doing terrible on time here. Wait, did we, oh yeah, 10. I think for this last set, I'm actually gonna drop down 10 pounds and be much more intentional with these last couple reps, or last set of reps. You get it. And we'll see how these go. This NFL season's so weird. Yeah, man. It's been pretty crazy. Yeah, the Eagles lost. Did the Chiefs win? Did the Chiefs play the Lions, I think? Here, let me see. Okay, yeah, they beat the Lions. Yeah, it's been an interesting season. That is for sure. Ugh. And then, yeah, the, what's it called? The, yeah, your Chiefs won. I saw the Lions had a pretty cool wildcat screen to Jared Goff in the end zone that he scored on. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I know the Chiefs won, Jets lost. Obviously, the Broncos won. I think, dude, I don't know if you've been watching Tampa Bay at all. Tampa Bay at all. I think I'm a pretty big Jared Goff. I'm a pretty big Baker Mayfield fan. Like, that guy's just a dog. All right, last set of these. Probably gonna do closer to 12, but let's see. Okay. All right. There we go. Now, the bucket, okay, 30 to 19 bucks. Yeah. Got some buddies that are 49er fans, but Jets, Jets. Dude, the other guy I really like is that guy who is the running back for the Giants, Cam Skattebo. I remember watching the Arizona State versus University of Texas game when I was actually in Scottsdale for a bachelor party. And I was sitting with my friend on the couch, and we were watching the game. I was like, dude, this guy's kind of a dog. Like, he's putting the team on his back. And then now he's in the NFL just running over everybody. Oh, say his name and he appears. Bowser's Big Bean Burrito. What's up, man? Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well. Still waiting for the fated day we get some Bowser's Big Bean Burrito lore. Is today the day? Probably not. But the mystery is what makes it all the more exciting. All right. So for sometimes when I'm doing this, I feel like one of those magicians who goes to high schools and elementary schools, because I always go, now for my next lift, doves. Hey, there's the shout out. But we have some incline flies. So isolation movement for our chest. We have, we'll do 3 sets. Nope, not that. We'll do 3 sets, 10 to 12. We'll rock the 30s on these. And yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy. Pretty straightforward exercise, all things considered. It's just with the flies, I feel like I say this every time, a low to high cable fly would be ideal, but out here, we just gotta work with what we got. So we'll rock these dumbbells for our flies, and last thing I wanna do is snap my shit and tear a pec or something. That would not be good. So don't go much heavier than these 30s for now. Maybe in the future we'll bump it up and live on the wild side a little bit, but for now, 30 pounds feels like a nice, kind of safe, lukewarm end of the pool, you know, not too hot, not too cold. This exercise is just right, or this weight is just right, and we'd just rather be controlled with these than, you know, flailing all over the place with more weight and hurting myself. So there we go. Whew. Man. You know, the 5 days in a row training followed by Saturdays and Sundays off, not so bad. You know, it gets me up early during the week, you know, get ready for work, all that fun stuff that everybody's looking forward to. And then, you know, weekends, we just kind of see what happens. Don't hate it. Okay. Ba-bum-bum. All right. Here we go. All right. Oh, all right, 2 sets. I think we have what, one more? We do, one more set. And then we will do our lateral raises. So we can move. Camera. 3-6, camera. Do. And we'll check our spreadsheet for what we got next. Yep, lateral raises. I think this week we'll do 25. Okay, so we'll do one more set on flies. Then we have lateral raises, then 1 bicep, 1 tricep exercise. And then we will be chilling. Let's get that out of there. Oh, all right. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh, okay, we're still good. Very cool. There we go. All right. Oh. Last set of these guys. Oh. Oh. Man, okay. Dude, there are some loud ass birds out there. And there we go. And this guy. All right, so we have our 25-pound dumbbell all set up so we can do our 1 shoulder exercise on the day, which are lateral raises. So for these, we're gonna do 3 sets, shooting for 10 to 12. This is a slight increase in weight over Well, I mean, I say slight increase. It's a 5-pound jump. I don't know why I'm saying that so oddly. We're going up 5 pounds is the short of it. Big area of focus for me are, I mean, really building some big old delts. And so lateral raises and dumbbell shoulder press are my way of getting there. A more, quote unquote, optimal exercise would be, something with a cable, right? Is that my dog barking? I don't know why he's barking. A cable would be, more optimal. You could use, a machine, obviously, like a machine lateral raise, very popular, provides great stimulus on your delts. That's also a very good option if you have access to one. You can go tried and true dumbbell lateral raise. That's what we do here in the MeatHaus. But I did see Temple of Gains. They have a standing, you kind of stand and there's 2 handles, right, that let you go, all the way up. And it's pretty cool. Maybe one day. But today is not that day. So 25, standing on the rack here, slight lean away. Okay, so this 5-pound jump feels pretty significant, not gonna lie. Oh, okay. We're definitely not getting 12 for 3 sets on these. I mean, I'm thinking we'll go probably like 10-10 or 10-9-8. We'll see. But this feels much more difficult than with just the 20s. So I can foresee us living in the 25-pound pool for probably a good bit. And I guess in between these, we can set up for our first tricep exercise and just be slightly more efficient with our time. So should be good, yeah. Okay. So in the rack, I have our rackable curl bar, and I'm getting it set up with 75 pounds. So that way when we are finished with our lateral raises, we can do our JM press. So shout out 2.5-pound plates, little change plates. Whoops. And now we are set up for when we decide to move on. All right. Oh. So we'll go back to good old lateral raises. All right. Come on. Oh, okay. Oh. One, two. Oh man. Come on. Ugh. Oh. Sheesh. Okay. You know, it's only a 5-pound jump, but I mean, I wish, oh, a little fuzzball. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. It's only a 5-pound jump. If there was, if I had 22 and a halves, you know, might be doable. But going from 20s to 25s, trying to be stricter, right? Less body English, not throwing the weight up and then kind of controlling it down. More focused on, you know, stimulus in my delt. I do kind of feel my wrist maybe going kind of like this. I got this kind of limp noodle wrist. So I need to try and keep a stronger wrist. But yeah, it's like the, I feel like that meme where the guy's like, we're gonna do a 5-pound jump. And it's like, man, 5-pound jump got hands. That's how I feel right now. But that's okay. We will stick with this and see how progress goes. All right. Just sending a good morning text to the homies in the group chat. It's important, you know? Gotta wish your buddies a happy Monday. Not important. What's this? Ba-bum-bum. If I can't do it, homie, it can't be done. So I'ma let the champagne bottle pop. I'ma take it to the top of show. I'ma make it hot, baby. Who's this? Okay. Dude, you gotta shout out the homies. You get it, Sia. You know, love seeing the homies succeed. Shout out to my kings and queens, you know, out there. But in this instance, the homies in the group chat are all men, so shout out my kings. All right, last set of these. Here we go. Ugh. Here we go. Ugh. Dude, those last couple reps were just like, like just the smallest range of motion. But that's all we had. Didn't have much more, what's the expression? Gas in the tank? Juice in the orange? I don't know. Not enough getting squeezed out. Hey now, all right. Say 10, 25, 10, and then the last set, we'll say we did 8. Did those. And then, all right. Hey yo. Dude, see ya. How are you just rotten? What are we doing? How is it being home? Lower that. We'll take this guy. What's up, everybody? If that joke ever gets old, tell me and I'll stop doing it. But until somebody says to stop, I'm just going to keep being a, 2010s vlogger whenever I pick up the camera. Go like that. So we do have JM presses, which I quite like. They're not terrible for my elbows, my triceps. I feel get a lot of stimulus, which is what we want. Just chilling, doing nothing, keep it going. It's the best. It's nostalgia. All right, I'll keep doing it. But I'm just saying, if ever somebody's like, dude, why do you always make that dumb joke? Then we'll stop. But until that day, we will keep it going. I think we want to be more this way. Okay. All right, so we've got, like I said, JM press, which is kind of like a close grip bench / skull crusher hybrid. There we go. For these, I try and keep my elbows forward and not, that guy can take a hike. Try to keep my elbows forward and not, hardcore, kind of like flared out to the sides. And again, we're trying to build some big, meaty triceps. And I think this is a great way to do it. It's kind of like a compound movement hybrid. I'm sure there's an exercise scientist, TikToker, whoever that can explain this better than I can. But what I know is I like it. People do these like in a Smith machine. That's another good way to hit these. I just use our curl bar and it works pretty good. So I'm actually going to move our microphone here. Okay, and we're back. I just moved you guys off to the side a little bit so the bar doesn't smash into you guys. But going for 10 to 12 on these. Goodbye, hat. All right. Got some weird popping going on in my ears. That's fun. Whew. I wish I knew why my dog was barking. Okay, cool. And 7:57. Let's see, any chat from the homies? Nothing? Damn. Hate to see it. That's okay. Maybe my kings are still sleeping. When they wake up, they'll be like, wow. They don't call me, you know, the MeatHaus, but they'll wake up and go, wow. You know, MeatHaus really thinking about us this morning. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh. 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 There's that. Oh, okay. Let me reply on their behalf. Thank you, Sia. I appreciate that. I'm thinking, hold on, moving the mic. I'm thinking, oh, automatics. Welcome to the MeatHaus. We like to have fun here. So the exercise I was doing is not a skull crusher. It's more of a JM press, which is kind of like a close grip bench skull crusher hybrid. For me, if I do a regular skull crusher, either, you know, right to like my nose or like my forehead, it puts some interesting stress on my elbows. And so really I just don't like it, to be honest. And so I do this kind of bastardized close grip skull crusher hybrid thing where I bring the bar more towards like my collarbones or like my throat. So it's kind of more like this kind of motion, and I keep my elbows forward as opposed to, you know, like flaring out. You can obviously flare out and hit different heads of your triceps. I just do them a little bit more kind of like that. So there you go. Gotcha, I messed up an elbow. Yeah, exactly. One of the things, I was talking to Sia in the chat about this, is a phrase I stole from, or not stole, but I've commandeered from a like yoga YouTuber, yoga and like Pilates, is she always talks about find what feels good. And that's something I think of while doing this, where, you know, just not being super dogmatic or married to certain exercises, and pivoting when necessary to what feels good ultimately. And so the JM press feels better and is pretty, I want to say easy, but it's like a decent exercise for me to progressively overload and track progress on. And I just like it more than either a close grip bench or a kind of standard skull crusher. So there you go. But good question. And we'll get that guy set up there. And we will do our last exercise, which are going to be hammer curls. So we have 30 pounds, and we are doing 10 to 12 on these, just like we did for our JM presses. And we can move this guy over just a bit. Yeah, that should be good. Sorry, I know this is like the shakiest camera ever. We'll do slight little zoom. And we can move this guy right over here. Oh, automatics, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Like I said, welcome to the MeatHaus. We like to have fun. Hit him with the 2-time. Okay. So hammer curls, 30 pounds, going for 12. Here we go. Okay. Oh, shit. Nice rack, thank you. Thank you. I can give you a quick, I don't know, little MeatHaus tour. So over there, we have our shop vac and our stroller. Weight tree right there. We have a safety squat bar right over there in the back. We have adjustable dumbbells that we're using right there. There's the stand. There's the leg extension attachment back there. We have a Squat Max MD belt squat, one-piece flag, Rogue, whatever monster rack this is, Ohio power bar, rackable curl bar, adjustable bench, Titan lat tower, and low row. We've got the Stream House over there in the corner. Hello. And then on this wall, right here, this white wall, you can kind of see that little red dangly bit. We have a pegboard with all of our attachments. We have our Concept 2 rower for the rare times I do cardio. And then we have the rest of my garage behind us. So this is the MeatHaus, our little garage gym that, yeah, we're here Monday through Friday, start at about 6:20, 6:30 Central Time, Monday to Friday, take the weekends off, talk bodybuilding, strength training, pretty much anything, really. We just like to have a good time. But thanks for being here. I appreciate you. And that humming you hear is the water tower, which means my wife is up. That lat tower is awesome. Yeah, dude, it's great. It's, I've had it for a few years. It's served us pretty well. I was talking to my wife this weekend about potentially selling it and turning, like Rogue now has the ability to where instead of having a 4-post rack, it would be a 6-post rack. That would be like, I don't know, half of the depth of the current rack, so it'd stick out. I know this isn't helpful because I'm going like towards the camera, but it'd stick out a fair amount. And you can actually turn the rack into a functional trainer. So I could have, you know, adjustable pulleys on each of the uprights with either plate loaded or like a selectorized cable stack. And then I could put the lat pull down low row like in the rack. So it would all be kind of condensed instead of having the rack with the lat tower. But when I bought the rack 6 years ago, and then when I bought the lat tower 4 years ago, that didn't exist yet. And now there's all these like hybrid things. So I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, dude, no worries. Take your time. We're nearly finished here anyways. So we got one more set of these. Oy. Okay. Woo. So that, my friends, time for me to get my sorry ass workout in. See ya. Dude, no worries, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the follow as well. Hope to see you next time. Have a good day. Happy Monday. Ugh. All right. Whew. All right. So, my friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. But, sorry, now I'm like whipping this camera around. But we are all finished for today, and I need to get ready for work. So we're going to wrap this shindig up and get out of here. Hoy, move this guy over. So, as always, thank you. A little phlegmy. Thank you for your time, your attention, your viewership. Really appreciate it. I know there's lots of ways and places you can spend your time. So, thank you for being out here in the MeatHaus. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, lower body, smoking these legs. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. Hope you have a good Monday. Great start to the week. As always, we stream Monday through Friday, about 6:30-ish Central Time till about now. Out here in the MeatHaus, getting our workouts in. If you're into that kind of stuff, please consider following the stream. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at the MeatHaus, all that fun stuff. But I got to get out of here. You all have been great. We've been the MeatHaus. I'll talk to you later.